on the inside in white, a highly regarded young man in 16 in a week's time is Nick Morris. Glasgow want to put him in their Premier League side, and he really comes with a high rating, the young Australian from Canberra. Next to him in red is Shane. Once again got a suspicion of a little bit of creeping at the start, but the referee let it go. And Mark Owen settles in the second place, but it is young Nick Morris who's out in front. And this young man, very highly regarded, and we're beginning to see a little bit wide. Looks a little bit wild, but we're saying about Buxton that it allows him to, has really allowed him to learn how to control the bike, and that's at a premium tonight. But as I say, that he goes horribly wide, and up the inside goes Mark Owen. And Mark Owen goes in front. Morris just seems to be struggling with that machine a little bit for me. But in third place is Bradford, Shane Hazelden, finding it very tough going at the back. But this young man out front not finding it hard going at all. But Morris will continue the race, and I think he'll be good value tonight. I think at his first look at Rye House, he'll be interesting next time out. But Mark Owen's going to come round and make it 2 wins out of 2. For his personal account, Nick Morris looks behind him. And behind him we'll find Rob Bramford, who comes over for the point 3. And outside him in yellow is Nick Morris, who looked pretty impressive first time out. Very difficult to come as an Australian rider to a tricky track in tricky conditions, but he seems to show enough promise to me, but he could be a bit of a handful. So once again the Cobras will have to get out of the start. What did we say about Nick Morris? Watch this young man go. He's away. Allen in second. Ben Morley lost at the back, and Jamie Smith looking out of sorts as well. And the Cobra's really up against it here. Well, it's taken one ride to suss the track out for this young man. I've got a feeling we'll see him back here with Glasgow in the Premier League later on in the season, but he really looks to be some fine. They've had a good experience of breeding British riders at Buxton, and they've got a young Australian here that everybody will want to keep their eyes on. Ben Morley's retired, Jamie Smith's gone down and has remounted. So that's why you just see 2 Buxton riders here. Adam Allen being led by Nick Morris. And Morris comes through to the final 2 bends, the first win of what I think will be many for this young man here. Morris wins it with ease. Allen second. It's Adam Allen who's got the drop on the inside on Lee Strubwick, and look at young Morris go round the outside there. Hit the line to absolute perfection, did the young Australian. And Lee Strubwick doing the chasing. Adam Allen settles in the third place, and David Mason struggling at the back. But it's all about this young teenager out front at the moment, Nick Morris. He looks assured. He looks a lot smoother than he did first time round, and he really has learned his way around here. You can see why he is such a prized asset and why he's had such a good start to his National League career. Lee Strubwick is no slouch. He's chasing him all the way. Morris looks pretty much in control. Adam Allen looks behind him, but David Mason's not going to play any points in this one. And Morris comes through, has a little cheeky look behind, a little cheeky nod to the crowd, and picks up 3 more points. Strubwick couldn't do a lot about it. Oh, the red light on almost immediately there. Wasn't difficult to see why. Gating is everything. Very, very difficult to come from behind if you don't get it right. Much better about it. Not as far as the Cobras are concerned, because Nick Morris has made the start. Owen stuck at the back, and Dalloway has gone round David Mason. Owen goes for the big blast round the outside, and oh dear. Well, a rush of blood to the head for the young man. Made a decent enough gate, but Morris comes across, and Dalloway going round the outside into the lead. And suddenly Buxton on another 5-1. Alan Mason could do. He's a little preoccupied with Nick Morris, who has a look behind. Lewis Dalloway had obviously seen that outside line off the second bet and rode it to perfection in front. So Dalloway it is that leads it in the white helmet colour, the 24-year-old from Walsall. Next to him is the teenager Nick Morris, so impressive so far this evening. And David Mason, the old man of the field, doesn't seem to be able to do too much about it, the 33-year-old at the back. Dalloway goes across in front. Morris in second place. Looks as if he's going to pick up another paid win. And the Buxton Hitmen on their way to victory here on a wet and rainy night in Hoddesdon. Dalloway looks behind, he takes the win. These two very talented young Australians have played their major part in Buxton's success story here tonight. Let's see whether they can cap things off as far as they're concerned in fine style. Morris has only dropped 1 point, of course, in his 4 rides. Rob Branford's going to win and a paid win to his name as well. Strudwick involved in the action. Morris holds him off but then loses his way. It's Branford who's gone into the lead. Morris up the inside of Strudwick. That was a tough move by the young Aussie. Lee Strudwick goes down, spins on that fourth bend again. He will get up, and the two Australians in front, and Buxton on a 5-1. Well, there was some tough stuff. They might be teenagers, but they certainly don't give way, do they? And out in front is Rob Branford. Second place is Nick Morris. And Lee Strudwick retires, having come down, and Shane Hazelden is left chasing Shale at the back. Buxton are going to put icing on what has become a pretty tasty cake as far as they're concerned tonight. Branford and Morris, the latest to pile on the agony as far as the Cobras are concerned. Branford's going to win it. Morris has still only dropped 1 point all night, and Shane as far as the Buxton Hitmen are concerned, and one of the men has played a real part in that is the youngster Nick Morris, slotting on to the inside in the white helmet colour. Been beaten just once by an opponent all evening. Next to him in red, I can't say how impressed I've been by this young man on the inside, Nick Morris. Let's see if he can finish off his evening in convincing style. Adam Allen, of course, has played his part as well, more experienced campaigner. So let's see what we get out of heat 15 here. Strudwick's made a decent gate from the outside. Hughes goes down. Oh dear, 2 bikes locked together. Strudwick comes down, and so does Adam Allett. And what happened there? Well, both of them locked together.